For the U.S. Senate, an opportunity to ask the question on the minds of all Americans: when will we have a vaccine?
How likely is it? I mean, is it extremely likely we're going to get a vaccine a year or two? Is it just more likely than not? Or is it kind of a long shot?
It's definitely not a long shot, Senator Romney.
At least 8 COVID-19 vaccines are in clinical development. The furthest along is Moderna's vaccine, still in phase 1 trials, though the company says phase 2 will, quote, begin shortly. FDA Commissioner Stephen Hahn and Dr. Anthony Fauci says while phase 2, which focuses on how well a vaccine works and how safe it is coming, specifics as to when and who would be studied are still unknown.
I must warn that there's also the possibility of negative consequences, where certain vaccines can actually enhance the negative effect of the infection. The big unknown is efficacy. Will it be present or absent, and how durable will it be?
I'm hearing that children will be included in phase 2 trials?
No.
That's under discussion between FDA and NIH at this time, sir, because we do realize that it's important for us to understand what this is in children.
And while we wait, medical officials are hoping treatments could buy time. Here are the numbers from the FDA. Right now, researchers are looking into 130 clinical trials for potential COVID-19 related drugs and products. Regulators have already given emergency authorization to 120 medical devices, tests, and therapies. The most promising include convalescent plasma and hyperimmune globulin. They are both blood treatments that rely on taking antibody-rich blood from those who have recovered from COVID-19 to treat patients, right now usually those in serious condition in the hospital.
If the issue is that the young individuals who will be going back to school would like to have some comfort in that there's a treatment, probably the thing that would be closest to utilization then would likely be passive transfer of convalescent serum.
Several pharma companies and universities are looking into monoclonal antibodies. That's where scientists handpick and clone the strongest antibodies in a lab and then give them to a patient. It could help compensate for a lack of convalescent plasma. In early May, the FDA granted emergency authorization for the use of Remdesivir, an antiviral medication that blocks the proteins coronavirus needs to replicate. But drug maker Gilead Sciences says there's only enough supply in the world for some 200,000 patients.
This has to be an evidence-based approach, getting the medical therapeutics, vaccines, Remdesivir, whichever it happens to be, to the people in need.
And then there's devices. Dozens of devices, from ventilators to ECMO, a blood purification technology to treat the deadly overload immune response that comes with the most severe cases, have also gained approval. But like many of the other treatments, the focus here is on the most severe patients. Lindsay Thies, Newsy, Denver.